The cases were solid. I mean, the circumstances are what they are. I think what we had was a little bit of expediency on the DOJ part to meet some statute of limitation deadlines, and it may have resulted in some, some process shortfalls or maybe some procedural shortfalls that ultimately added to the court's skepticism. But the cases themselves are what they are. I think it was the presentation to the courts where we ran into some trouble.
The notion that Lindsay Halligan was not appointed lawfully, what process should have happened? What are they alleging should have happened in order for that to be lawful?
Well, what you're looking at is the confirmation of first of all, the appointment by the president and then the confirmation by the Senate. Right. I mean, that's as baseline as it gets. And I think what they found was that her appointment by the attorney general and her lack of experience and, her background were not commensurate with that of a career prosecutor. And the court, again, skepticism in the court, they felt it was maybe more of a manufactured situation than an actual set of charges brought by a career prosecutor under standard procedure.
Yeah. So as this works its way up the chain, the president runs the executive branch. The president made a decision to make an acting U.S. attorney. And then you have to wait for the Senate for confirmation. The judicial branch has never been given the job before of looking at the credentials of someone normally. That's normally not in the judicial review process for a U.S. attorney. In this case, the judge kind of signaled things last week, basically calling Lindsay Halligan in open court a puppet and trying to get Comey's lawyers to agree. Comey's lawyer said, "Oh, we wouldn't go there, Your Honor." So even they weren't willing to go where the judge was going. Is this the purview of a judge to look at a prosecutor's credentials, or is this something for Congress and the executive branch to sort out?
I think a judge can certainly, in a professional, objective manner, speak with the Department of Justice about any doubt or shortfall in confidence in somebody's credentials. But I find that more and more judges are becoming activists from the bench. They're not remaining objective and impartial, at least in some of their private and personal and public discussions. And I think it's a bad trend. And this individual judge who made some of these comments about Ms. Halligan, regardless of her stated professional background, I think were a bit inappropriate.
So, Chris, if we follow Judge Curry's logic, it seems to me that any indictment brought by an interim U.S. attorney can now be dismissed. But is that the case in the past? Is this something that has precedent?
I think we've seen it in the past. It's very, very seldom used where the credentials or the credibility of the charging official has been impeached or impugned like it has been with Ms. Halligan. And I think we also, Alina Habba ran into this same argument in the state of New Jersey regarding her status and her standing as the interim U.S. attorney there. So I think what we're finding is that some of these more maybe left-leaning judges are going to start using some of these procedural issues to step into and interdict certain acts by the administration that they may not favor. It's a bad trend starting.